Welcome to the Leap 2025 Advice Show. We now present Josiah Summers, your host.
Hello everybody, I'm Josiah Summers, and you see my new glasses. So anyway, ever wondered that the Leap 2025 is very hard? Well, this is a Louisiana test. And about this March series, I'm not going to be telling anything that is very confidential within the state. So this is only a state thing for us. Not anyone can know. I'm not going to be showing you anything about the test. This is just an advice show. I'll give you guys advice on how to make the Leap 2025 more better. So anyway, ever heard a teacher say study? That's exactly what you have to do. Study. Well, if it's way before the test, make sure that you study very well. Get a good night's sleep, a good breakfast, well, at home or school. And especially go in the classroom and ace that test. Make sure you ace it. So then March is test prep time. So, I want you guys to make sure, prepare for it. Make sure you guys prepare for the test very well. So, let's move on to my frequently asked questions. So, the kind of questions that they ask, like, why is the test so hard? Well, the test is so hard because, well, you think it is. It's what you think it is. But people have some ways of thinking the test is hard, but let me tell you the truth. I think it's hard too. I think it is. But especially I get through it. I get through with the test. And of course, why does the test timing take so long? Well, it depends on how many questions we have and how much time you had to answer them. And commonly that's what most teachers might say. Those are, well, let me just tell you this. The reason why how many minutes are in a test is because depending on the time of the questions, I had to answer them. In different subjects, they tell you like to annotate, do the IVF. But the IVF is what you have to do in English class. See, I learned that from my professor teaching me. So, moving on to my last question. Why does all the subjects have to be so hard in the test? Well, it's not so hard, it's just what you think. Like I said, whatever things you think is so hard in the test, that's what you think is your own mind. But in fact, of what other people think, they might think is easy. Because what if, let me tell you a story with Grarion. So anyway, there are these bad people in the bad half of the class, and there are these good people in the good half of the class. And there are two teachers teaching on that side of the class. The bad teacher teaching bad things, the good teacher teaching good things. So in fact, that's a silly story if you might think that. Sorry. There might be a silly story if you think that. But in fact, it will be true one day. So in fact, if you think the test is very hard, that's what you think. Try to make it more easier by just studying for it. Because if you keep on doing all these crazy things like Fortnite, for example, just think of playing Fortnite as like eating a bag of pork rinds. You can start, but you can't stop. And that is a sign of addiction. So, cut out the addiction, get out your lesson, and study it. That's what most parents have to tell to their children. Stay off the video games, study for the test. And that is final. In fact, if you cannot study for them, rather stay in the next grade. I mean, stay in the grade that you are right now. Because you didn't study, all you did was play video games, and all the day of the test, all you can think of is video games. But I'm not trying to be insultive here. So, for those of the people who like rap music, well, I ask you to stop, because every day they're swarming around the school, playing around. I'm just telling the truth. But in fact, it has to stop. When around testing time, all of it is over. I mean, all of it. So I tell this to my friends every day. But guess what? They won't listen. They're hard-headed. And I don't mean my friends, I mean the people I hate at school. But normally they just act like that. It's because they can't get out of it. But pretty sure the teachers expect them to get out of it, or else they'll fail and go on to the next grade. In fact, that's what the teachers keep on telling us every day, but I understand that. In fact, I expect my friends to do very well on the test. This is why I'm giving the advice out. So, that ends my testing thing. That ends my Leap 2025 advice show. So, I like to say, sayonara suckers, up, and goodbye.